Greetings everyone, thanks for joining me in yet another one of my reviews. This time I'm not quite into CCTV security cameras, but we are going to be talking about a camera that I think most of you would probably love to have. I've got about 40 years experience in photography. Probably the last 20 or 25 has just been a hobby for me. But prior to that, I was a professional photographer. And all these years, my favorite thing to do, there's two things that I love to do. One, sunsets and sunrises. Can't get enough of them. Two, wildlife. I love to get wildlife. And, you know, you can only do so much with the telephoto lens and camera. Not to mention that you have to be there to actually take the picture in most cases. And even binoculars, they're going to get you up close. And these are a great pair of binoculars, by the way. They're going to get you up close to the action, but you're not going to get a picture with them. Sure, there's a camera, a cell phone attachment, but you're not going to get professional quality images. But they are great for just looking around the surroundings to get some nice views of wildlife. But to do it right, you really need a trail cam. And before you go out and buy a trail camera, make sure you check this out, because this is a brand new product from UsoGood, the TC30, as I said. And we are going to open up the box, see what's in it. Then we're going to power it up, get it going. And I'm going to go out and set it up out by our dock and see what we can get over the next couple days as far as wildlife. So let's open this puppy up and see what comes with it. Okay. Hey, open up. There we go. Of course, you're going to get a manual here, and they're usually pretty good writing instructions in their manuals at UsoGood. And they've also got this little card here. They want you to register your product. And they give you some pretty good extra benefits if you do. You're going to get an extended warranty, among others. So be sure you check that out when you get it. And, okay, here's the camera itself. Pull it out of the bag, and there we go. Kind of nifty looking, isn't it? Reminds me of when I was in the service, all camouflaged up and everything. Let's first go into here and see what's in the box. Okay, here's your strap that'll let you attach this to a tree or a power pole or whatever. And here's a USB connection. And I'm not quite sure I'm not sure if you can download your images to your computer by using this, or possibly charge it up. We'll check that out as we go along. And here is a mount. If you want to semi-permanently set it up, you can screw it into a side of a tray or any wooden structure. And this basically connects to this tripod attachment right here. And that's pretty nifty too. I like that. It's actually a little bit better than this, because you have some freedom of movement with this attachment that you would not with a strap. So let's first take these protectors off of it, so we don't forget to do it later. I've done that before, used camera and find out later that the lens protector was still on it. Doesn't make for pretty shots. Okay, here's your camera right here, and here's your PIR, your passive infrared motion detectors. You've got, I think, 120 degrees field of view for the motion sensors. And if I'm not mistaken, the camera is 90, but we'll also check that as we go along. Open that up, and again, here are all your IR illuminators. camera, your little monitor for setup, and once we get the batteries in, we'll try that out. Here's a plug-in for a AC/DC power supply. It's 6 volts. You want to make sure you've got the right polarity on the connector and also the right voltage. The transformer does not come with this unit, so you need to pick one up online or at your nearby gadget store. And for batteries go in here, and it tells you right here how they go in, but don't think that that is there and that is there. It's the other way around. It's where these nipples are going to touch is what the polarity should be. So it's a plus right there. So this would go right there. So the plus would be up on the batteries. Let's put some in here. You want to start out with brand new batteries. It will take rechargeable batteries, but you got to be careful with rechargeable, because most of your rechargeable batteries nowadays are only like 1.2 or 1.3 volt. It has to be a 1.5 volt rechargeable battery. Make sure of that. So where are we here again? Okay, this is, nope, positive up. So we do positive up, and the next one is negative up. Negative, negative. And again, positive. Positive. And last but not least, negative up. And these all have O-ring gaskets, I believe, somewhere in there, to help make them pretty much waterproof. You're not going to go dunking it in the water, but rain is not going to hurt it any. And so the batteries are in there. Let's open this back up again. And all right, let's go into the settings on this. We have a slide switch right here. By the way, I've got the camera dimmed a little bit so you can read the digital display a little bit better, in case you're wondering why it's dark. And this slide switch, the first step will be to go into the setup and menu area. And when you're all set up out in the field and have it exactly how you want it, just before you close the cover, you want to push it all the way up. That'll put it in the standby mode. Okay, now to get into the programming, we would just hit the menu button here. And there are several steps in programming this thing, but we'll try and go through them pretty quickly here. The first one, by the way, this is your menu button. This is your up and down arrows. Here's your OK, and this is your mode. So we're in mode right now, so we're going to hit OK. And that gives you 3 choices. One is photos only. It means this thing is going to only snap photos. The other one is video only. And the other one is photo and video. And that's usually the one I set it at. So we'll hit OK on that. Photo resolution, go into that. And you've got multiple choices here. I'm finding that probably the only thing you're going to want to do is between 16 and 24. Yeah, 16 and 24 megapixel. I'm not sure I'd go any lower than that unless you're going to be taking a ton of pictures and you need lower resolution for more space on the card. I do have the card in here already, by the way. I'm using a 32 gig, but you can do... I'm not sure if you can go higher than that or not. I think they only recommend a 32, but maybe if you experiment, you can go a little higher. So anyway, we'll click on yes for that photo resolution. And photo series, basically that's how many pictures you want taken each time. I do 3. It goes like bang, bang, bang. It'll take a series of 3 pictures. You can do 2 or you can just do 1. Just depends on how long you want your battery to last. The more you do it, the quicker your batteries are going to go down. So okay on that. Video resolution, and going to that, and we're all the way up on this 1920 by 1080. You can do 1280 by 720 or 640 by 480, but for real high def, you're going to want 1920 by 1080p progressive scan, and hit OK on that. Video length. Each time you want the video starts recording, this determines how long it's going to record before it stops. Let's see, the shortest is 10 seconds, and no, 5. Yeah, the shortest appears to be 10. Excuse me again. Keeps changing on me. 5 seconds, and you can go all the way up to 5 minutes. That's a lot of recording time. You're going to burn a lot of battery life and eat up a lot of storage if you're like that. The target, whether it's an animal or a person, probably won't be in the field of view for more than 30 seconds, I would say. So that's probably what I would set it at. Cycle storage. Let's go down and take a look at that and see what that is. I believe, let's hit on and see what happens. No, to be honest with you, I'm not quite sure what that is. My guess is, I would just wish they would put overwrite if that's the case, but my guess is that cycle storage means that when the card is full, it's going to start overwriting the old stuff and putting new video and stills in there. So again, that's my guess, and if that's the case, I wish they just put overwrite instead of saying cycle storage. PIR interval. That means if the PIR activates the camera, do you want it to continue, or like you want it to delay before it does it again? You can do. You can indicate how many seconds you want it to wait. So say you set it at 25 seconds. The camera is tripped, it's recording the video and taking pictures. Then even though the animal or whatever is still in the field of view, it's not going to start all over again until you hit that 25 seconds. And you can lower that basically down to nothing, I think. No. Looks like 5 seconds is the lowest. So once it's done snapping pictures and recording video, it'll delay 5 seconds before starting again. And as I said, you can change that. Hit OK on that. PIR sensitivity, it's pretty obvious what that is. High sensitivity means it's going to trip the camera and video more quickly than if it was on medium or low. Low sensitivity means it's going to ignore some things, hopefully for sure bugs and things like that. Probably to start out with, and I think default might be middle, so we're going to leave it at middle. IR brightness, I won't even go into that, just how bright these IR emitters are going to be during recording. If it's on low, it's just going to illuminate close to the camera. High, it'll illuminate further out, but you might also basically blur any image that walks through there because it's so bright. It's going to overexpose that, so you got to be careful with that. Side motion sensors on. That's these items, right? These sensors right here, and that gives the processing power a little more time to turn on the main camera. So when items walk into the field of view, it'll start up the warm up the cameras and everything. But when it gets into this one, it'll start tripping the video and the stills. And what else? Target recording time. That's if you want to set it not to record certain times a day. So say you want to ignore animals during the day, in case there's people walking through there all the time, you can go in there and set that, and then it'll record just at night. Or even vice versa. If you don't like what you're getting off of the eye or illumination of the animals, and you just want to see what's out there during the day, you can do that too. Time lapse, you can set this to just continually do time lapse recording, and you can set the intervals for the time lapse. Language is obvious. Time and date, that's to set your time and date when you first get it. Serial number of the product, temp unit, Fahrenheit or Celsius. It's a beeping noise that's annoying you right now. And audio recording, whether or not you want this to record audio when it's doing the video. Password protection, format memory card. When you first get your card, you may want to format it. Reset the settings, go back to factory defaults. It tells you the version of the software, and we're back to normal. Okay, that covers pretty much everything. What we're going to do now is we're going to take this out on the dock, set it up, and we'll get some recordings from the dock. And if that doesn't work, I'll move it to somewhere else. So we'll see you once we get some recordings done. I got to watch out for gators. We have gators around here. So if you hear me scream, that's what it is. Okay, we're going to point it along our lake shore here. That should be about right. I think that's where some of our bigger birds show up. And we're going to kind of put a safety net around here. And tie it. Just to be on the safe side. Okay. We're at high tide now, so it shouldn't come up any higher than this. Camera, I think they recommend having the camera up 3 feet from the ground. Because we're on a dock here and the water changes and our riprap goes up, this is going to be just guesswork. Okay, that's all it takes to set it up. So what we're going to do is I'm going to let this stay set up for a couple of days, and you won't realize it because we'll be coming right back in the video to show you the stuff. So we'll see you in 2 or 3 days for me, but probably in about 2 or 3 minutes for you. Be back then. All right, we have given it some time to do its thing, and unfortunately it appears that I don't have as many animals floating around here as I thought I did at night. So I don't think we're going to get many animals. Let's see what's where is, I think there's a slideshow around here somewhere. Back out of that, hit mode here. Okay, this is live. There I am there, walking around at night. Again, these looks like this is the most recent stuff, and you can't see it, but there's actually 4 little baby raccoons running around in that rock. There, and over there. I mean, they're so small that you can barely see them, especially when they're mixed with that rock at night along the water line. And there was a daytime shot, and basically it's all it's getting is our landscapers. There should be some video in here. Yeah, there's a video. Let's see what's on there. Yeah, still our landscapers there. But it gives you an idea of the picture quality, and you know that video quality is pretty darn good, especially with this low resolution screen here. When you've got it on your computer and that, it should be pretty darn good. Okay, let's go to a different one here. There's landscapers again. I think humans are the only things that's been tripping this. What is this? There they are again. Camera loves landscapers. Actually, it's pretty impressive that the moving water didn't trip a lot of false alarms. And probably because it's a PIR, passive infrared, that's looking for body heat, whether from a person or from animal. If this was using digital detection, this would be tripping all the time. There I am again, daytime. And this took a series of 3 pictures here. Come on, one more. Yeah, there I am. And this is the video for that. Yeah. And that house, they're building this house back there. If you look closely, you can even see some individuals out there. You can do a slideshow on this as well. See, lightning back there. I don't know if you caught that. And there's our raccoons again. But anyway, that gives you an idea of the let me back out of here mode. Okay, we're back into the setup, and that's pretty much all I can show you today. The camera, daytime shots are great. Nighttime shot, I've learned that taking photos and video using an IR illuminator is not ideal, and it's not necessarily just this camera. Unless you have a real high-end night vision camera, you're probably going to get that with any of them using IR. But anyway, I'm happy with it. I don't know about you. For a budget trail camera, this is great. Obviously, there's a lot more out there that are a lot more expensive, but if you're looking for a budget one, this is probably the one you should look into getting. And I appreciate you following my videos here. I'll be back soon with another one, probably CCTV again, since that's my favorite topic. So you folks, you have a nice day, and we hope to see you again later.